And then, oh, where is it?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's good now.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. All right. So we are going live. Um, Amazing. So I'm very, very excited, everybody, to have you joining today. My name is Sarah Simmons, and I am CEO at Impact Innovator. So we are live streaming today on LinkedIn and on YouTube and on Zoom. So I invite you to really start to think about what are the secrets that you want to be really unlocking today? Because I'm going to be sharing with you 5 virtually unknown billion-dollar buyer secrets. Now, these secrets are not something that you can download, they're not something that you can hack, they're not quick fixes. The secrets that I'm sharing with you today took me over 2 decades to unlock. And I'm going to be sharing my story with you too. Okay. So you are going to be learning these secrets of how to get more customers to buy your purpose-led offer without competing on pricing, hiring expensive agencies, or changing the offer that you are selling. So I really invite you to connect today. So my name is Sarah Simmons and I'm CEO at the Impact Innovator. I invite you to engage with me and chat and put your cameras on. Say, firstly, I want to know where you are from. So we've got people joining from LinkedIn, from YouTube, we're streaming, and here on Zoom. Where are you from? I'm dialing in from London and I just got back from 5.5 weeks in Argentina. So you can see I got a bit of a tan, even though it's snowing here in London. So I really want to know where you're from. Alex, you're from Florida, amazing. And what do you guys do? So we're going to be starting this masterclass in a minute's time because I've got lots that I'm going to be covering with you. And as we go through, I also invite you to chat, to ask questions as we go through. I will also answer them live. Okay, I'm going to repeat for those joining. My name is Sarah Simmons. I'm CEO at Impact Innovator OS. Today, I'm sharing with you 5 virtually unknown billion-dollar buyer secrets of how you can get more customers to buy your purpose-led offer without competing on price, without having to hire expensive agencies, and without having to change the offer you are selling. Does that sound good, everybody? Yeah? Does it sound good? Put a yes, a hell yes, awesome in the chat. Okay? And we've got Abuja joining from Nigeria. Hi, Charlotte, where are you joining from? Guys on LinkedIn, where are you joining from? Kevin, you're joining from Utah. Amazing. Okay, so I'm going to be asking you guys loads of questions while we go through. And I'm also going to be challenging you guys, okay, to think differently. And I'm also going to challenge you right now with something more, I'd say, an invitation. Today, I invite you to give yourself the grace to relax because I know how hard you work, right? Like you, I am an entrepreneur and I'm a purpose-led founder. And I know how difficult scaling a business is. So I invite you today to relax, to allow yourself the grace to be fully present and allow somebody else, me, to do the hard thinking for you. Because as I shared just as we started today, what I'm sharing today is a formula and it is a system. It's a proven system for you to not only get bought by your dream buyers, it's a proven system for you to build sustainable growth for your business that will compound week by week, month by month, year by year. This is proven over a decade, and that's why I invite you to relax, okay? And really get your notepads out. Now, we are not recording this masterclass. So I also invite you to stay to the end, right? And I'm going to explain why in a moment. So relax, get your notepads out, and feel free to take screenshots of anything that you see. My name is Sarah Simmons, and I'm CEO at Impact Innovator. So Charlotte, welcome from Austin. And guys on LinkedIn, share where you're from. I want to know, everybody who's on LinkedIn, where are you guys attending from? Alex, oh, I've got Talat, where are you joining from? I've got Greg, where are you joining from? So you guys on LinkedIn here, I'm looking at you. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so let's begin, everybody. It is 5 past the hour and we have one thing to share. Oh, hold on. I'm having a tech issue. So share, adjust your screen.
Yeah, I was just going to mention, it looks really good. Just go to Zoom and change the screen share to the masterclass.
Okay.
And it looks perfect.
Thank you, Alex. So let me try this again. Okay. Can you see this now? Can everybody see a full screen? Brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to go back a step so we can all relax. Thank you for my tech team and amazing support, Alex. Thank you. So I invite you guys to relax. This is a picture I took a couple of weeks ago in Patagonia. Okay, imagine you're there and you've just got me on the video talking to you. Really invite yourself to be present as you would be looking at these mountains. Now, I invite you to start today by asking yourself this question. Telling me in the chat, what is your number one roadblock right now in terms of building sustainable growth for your business? What does sustainable growth mean? It means literally being able to grow your business consistently, being able to make a profit for yourself, being able to build the legacy you want and lead the lifestyle you want and make the impact you want. So what is your number one roadblock right now? Is it brand awareness? Is it getting lost in the noise? Is it how to build consistent sales? Is it feeling confused and overwhelmed on what is the best roadmap to scale? And is it all of the above? Okay, and when you write, so we've got brand awareness, we've got confusion and overwhelm. What else is everybody feeling right now? So guys, share in LinkedIn as well. What are you feeling? So consistent sales, confusion, overwhelm, brand awareness, getting lost in the noise, all of the above. So I hear you. Brand awareness is coming up a lot. How to build consistent sales. Confusion and overwhelm is huge. And all of the above is also huge coming through in the chat. So today I'm going to share with you one system that will solve points 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? How does that sound? This isn't 10 systems. This isn't 10 tools. This is one system. And the best thing about this system is you don't need anyone else to run it except you and any team member who you want to bring in. Okay? So what you're going to discover today is 5 virtually unknown buying secrets. So I was a buyer for many years, and I learned the deep understanding around buyer psychology that applies to whatever you make or sell, whether you make a service, a product, a SaaS business, whether you're a coach or consultant. The principles I'm sharing today are universal. So I'm going to be sharing these secrets with you, and I'm also going to be sharing 5 integrated systems that transform you from one of many, like, being ignored, being confused on how to position, how to sell to a category of one business that makes you incomparable to anyone else. These are the systems I'm sharing with you today. Sound good, everybody? Put a yes, thumbs up, hell yeah. I'm going to be saying that throughout, okay? We want interaction throughout this session, and I am here for you. Awesome. We're also going to be learning why 90% of founders fail to break through past $10 million. And it isn't what you think. We're going to be talking about the missing in-house infrastructure that 99.9% of founders don't have. And that when you put this infrastructure in place, it's the secret to scaling your business in an organic way that means you don't have to spend tens and hundreds of thousands trying to figure this out. We're going to be covering real case studies of founders transforming their business from stuck to 1 to 50 million in scale. And then the bonus that I'm giving you is access to this complete system. Now, this isn't theory. It isn't tactics. It isn't another hack. It isn't something you can just go to AI and ask it to solve. This is a system that is fully integrated for you. And each of the secrets I'm sharing with you today unlock one step of how to get noticed by buyers, get instant sellout, and instant buy-in. And each secret works together in a formula, okay, in a step-by-step. So that's a big reason for you to stay all the way to the end, okay? Because I'm not only sharing powerful frameworks and great case studies, I'm also sharing the big secret, the 90% secret in Secret 4 that makes everything else work. And in Secret 5, I'm sharing the one complete system you need to scale in months, not years. Now, the members of my program, Impact Innovator OS, this is some of their results in like 30 days. They are getting complete category of one status. They're going from lost in a sea of noise to standing out as number one in their niche. In 90 days, they are going from, I don't know how I'm going to make my next 6 or 7 figures to actually getting tangible, real results in sales, in fundraising, and in scale. So every one of those guys has come to this masterclass and stayed to the end because they've seen the compounding impact that each secret makes. Now, for any reason, if you have an emergency, if you can't stay, there is a QR code here with a very special invitation. So take a screenshot of this QR code in case you need it. This is for a free 45-minute sustainable growth assessment that you can apply for. In that assessment, we are going to unlock what is holding you back from being a category of one business and to scale. And we're going to lay out a roadmap for you to scale to whatever you want to be. So make sure you take a screenshot of this. It's by application only. I only am giving away 10 sessions, okay? And there'll be an extra bonus for people, guaranteed, the ones that stay to the end. So we've got clear on, what's holding you back from building sustainable growth. Now I want you to really connect into what I'm sharing here. And again, share in the chat of these slides what you really connect with. So today, if you're here, right, you maybe have felt some of these feelings or thoughts. And I want you to drop in the chat anything that you connect with. I'm brilliant at what I do, but I'm exhausted and I'm not scaling. Hell yeah, I'm feeling that. I'm tired. Or no, I'm cool. If you connect with this, put a hell yeah, put the thing that you connect with, what is it? This maybe has crossed your mind. Oh, why do founders with worse offers make more money than me? Right? I hear you. This might have crossed your mind. Sarah, I've spent so much money on experts, coaches, agencies. I've spent 50K, 100K, 150K, and I'm still not making the breakthrough I want. I still feel stuck. Connect with this? Guys, yes? No? Maybe. Some nodding heads, that's good. Okay. Alex, if I can ask you as well, if there's any comments in LinkedIn, please send me them because I can't see them. Okay. What about this? I'm working so hard, 40, 60 hours a week, but revenue hasn't grown in 2 years, right? Or revenue is inconsistent, Sarah, and I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. Or how about this? AI and automation was supposed to make things easier, but I just feel overwhelmed. Now, I know mindset matters, but I can't figure out how to fix my own mindset. I keep holding myself back from growth. I keep sabotaging myself. I know I'm meant for more, but something inside is blocking me. I feel like giving up and going and getting a job that pay, because this feels like, as an entrepreneur, a bad job that's paying me less, not a business where I'm thriving. Right? So, guys, did some of that make you feel like, yeah, that's me? Yeah? And here's the thing. Kevin, you're talking to me. I hear you. Here's the thing, right? Nothing is wrong with you. What is wrong is that as entrepreneurs, we've been told certain things work to grow our business. So we leave our corporate job, we start a business, and we go and spend money on the things that we're told to spend money on, right? The tools, the systems, the gurus. And then we go, well, why am I not making the results that I want? Here is why. Because how we're told to grow businesses as entrepreneurs gets us to look at our business through separate operating systems. So we hire this coach or this expert. But the problem is that a business isn't one thing or another thing. A business is fully connected and integrated. Now, it took me over a decade to figure that out, right? I realized that as founders, you're not broken. The business operating system is, okay? And what happens is we're told to go and hire fragmented experts. So somebody to do marketing, somebody to help us on coaching, somebody to help us on our growth or our offer, our LinkedIn or our branding. And what that creates is expensive chaos. I was talking to one of the founders who recently joined my program today, right before this call. And she said, Sarah, I'm so clear now on what my business is because I am able to lead my team, my marketing team, my branding team with one system rather than them leading me. And that's what happens. We allow ourselves to be led by other experts and it creates expensive chaos because ultimately, who's doing the selling or who has to teach how to sell what you do to buyers? You as the founder. Okay, so you need that clarity. Here's the next fundamental truth. Tactics without integrated systems. So what do I mean by tactics? More tools, more solutions. We're told they equal more revenue, right? Wrong. Without integration, putting all these things together, I learned the hard way. I'm sure you guys have too. It's just expensive noise. So for anybody also new that's joining us today, my name is Sarah Simmons. We're just getting started into the five 5 key secrets to allow your purpose-led business to get bought by your dream buyers 24/7. I invite people with their cameras off to turn them on and to build a true connection here today. Connect with us right now because we're all over the world, guys. But what makes this tribe unique is that everybody here who comes to Impact Innovator sessions is purpose driven. So I invite you to connect with me, connect with each other, and put your cameras on. Okay, and here's the next fundamental truth. Business strategy, right, without mindset training means that you just hit an invisible ceiling and sabotage your own success. Now, you can put a hell yeah, you can nod your head, or you can secretly just go, yeah, maybe I've done that once in a while, right? And again, I learned this the hard way myself. I'm going to share the story with you. But like after being a founder for years and years and not making that breakthrough that I really wanted to make, I realized that right at the point where I was about to break through to my biggest success, I would sabotage myself. Why? Because I hadn't really understood that business and mindset are so key and connected. And I'm going to be sharing more about that as we go through. So what I realized as well, the 5th fundamental truth today is that all you need to build sustainable growth and attract your dream buyers is one integrated system you own. That is it. You don't need to spend on so many different experts. You can have all those experts, but if they're not working for you, the reason why is because everything isn't integrated into one system that you run in-house. When you have that system in place, everything else you do works 10x better. So before I show you this system, let me check it's for you. So this is purely for purpose-driven innovators. Is that you? Are you a purpose-driven innovator? Do you have a mission to change the world? Do you have a mission to build a legacy? Put your hands up, put a hell yeah. Because if you don't, this isn't for you. I only work with purpose-driven founders. Hell yeah, Anthony, love it. This is for you if you're an entrepreneur who's like, yeah, you know what, Sarah, I'm tired of these overcomplicated, fragmented solutions. I just want one solution, everything in the same place. This is for you if you are ready to be a category of one business. Is that you? Are you ready to be category of one businesses? Are you ready to be leaders in what you do? Or you just want to keep going, hiding in the background? If you want to hide in the background, this isn't for you. If you want to stand out and lead your niche, this is for you, and you can buckle up, right? You lead a not-for-profit organization, perfect. I have amazing not-for-profits in the program right now. One of them has gone from not knowing how she was going to fundraise to actually in a really short amount of time raising 100K and having her not-for-profit scaling system in place that she's already going to fundraise to 7 figures and beyond this year. Okay. And yeah, as Alex says, we've got a technical glitch. So do put your names in the chat with the comments so we know who is talking if it says Alex. Right. So I'm going to share who I am, Sarah Simmons, for 2 seconds so you actually know who you're spending time with today and how I'm qualified to help you. So my name's Sarah, and I spent my career really, before I became a founder, working as a $1 billion buyer in the corporate world. And purpose has been my mission since I was 5 years old. My dad was a pioneer of purpose-led textile manufacturing in the 1980s before anyone called it that. He showed me the future of business as a force for good. So when I went into the corporate world, I thought that I could change the world through product innovation. And here's the truth: you absolutely can change the world through product innovation, right? But you can't necessarily do that in the corporate world. Now, Kevin, I worked as a fashion buyer for some of the world's top stores. I'm going to share that with you later in the story. So I worked for billion-dollar retailers, and I controlled $100 million buying budgets. And my bosses said to me, Sarah, you will be our boss one day. And I said, no, I don't want that. And why I said no, I'll tell you in a minute. But while I was working for these retailers, I was the best in what I did because I had a formula. And the formula is what I'm sharing with you today. I only chose the top 1% category of one businesses. So I would travel the world, right? And I would hunt, in all the weirdest places, the basements, the music centers, to find category of one businesses. And I realized that those businesses, there was a formula behind them, and they always sold out instantly. And they were the businesses every buyer wanted. And this is the formula. I didn't choose businesses competing or discounting. I didn't choose brands that were generic or complicated. I chose brands with a unique power and purpose, a unique offer, and were a one of one because of the movements that they built. Now, my category of one formula is what made me one of the world's top buyers. But when it came to do I want to be the director of this store? I said no. Here is why. Because I saw buying patterns were broken across every industry. Whatever you do, put a hell yeah if you agree, right? We waste, we consume way too much that we don't need. And I also saw something that broke my heart. I saw purpose-led founders launching businesses, trying to scale businesses, but they were not chosen by their dream buyers. Or they would be chosen, but then another competitor that just seemed to have that edge came and took their market niche, and they were left by the wayside, right? What was going wrong? I realized it wasn't because these purpose-led founders were not brilliant or good. It was because they didn't have a formula in place to lead as a category of one. They were competing as one of many when they could have been leaders in what they do. Okay? So I quit the corporate world and I shared this operating system. This operating system that I had learned as a billion-dollar buyer, I started to share it with founders and entrepreneurs. I reverse engineered category of one buying so they could have access to it. And the first founder who used it scaled from 2 million to 4 million in 12 months. Since then, over 50 founders have used this system I'm sharing with you today, and they are achieving amazing breakthrough results. Okay, so as I said, this is for you if you want to scale. This is for you if you're a purpose-led business owner. This isn't for you if, you just want another tactic or, you don't have a mission. If that's you, leave now because it's not for you. So what I'm going to cover with you now, what I'm showing you over these 5 steps, everything works together. Everything, step 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 enable you to get buyers to buy your purpose-led offer, step by step. And in each step, I'm going to share with you a case study, right, of how that is working for real. The big result you're going to get today is the exact playbook you need to lead this year and scale as not one of many, but as a category of one. Okay? Sound good? Yeah? You might be like, yeah, maybe, Sarah. I don't know. I'm a bit tired today. Check this out. I care about facts. Do you care about facts? I care about tangible results. Here are some tangible results. 2 to 4 million revenue growth. Number one best-selling author. 5-figure deals in 90 days. Fundraising, 90 days. Team selling without the founder. Paula, from burnout to successful exit in 12 months. Alex, 50K funding, first 30 days using the system. Carol, 200K sellout launches from lost in a sea of competitors to top number one brand. Okay, so let's get real. What we're talking about today isn't theory. This is enabling the founders I work with to reach not only their revenue goals, but their goals for their legacy. Facts, yes. And I invite you to think about what your legacy is. What do you want to do? What's the impact you want to be making at scale? How many people do you want to impact this year? 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, million? Using the system, you can do it. So, what is your big goal? Okay, write it down. Write it down for yourself right now. This year, what is your big goal? What is your big goal in the revenue you want to build? What is your big goal in the impact you want to make? Talk numbers. Like you said, facts here. I love facts. I love results. And I love numbers. Numbers enable you to reach your goals. So what's your revenue you want to reach? Write it in the chat here and on your piece of paper. How many people do you want to impact? Right? And what's something amazing you want to do in terms of recognition, freedom and lifestyle, or exit? Write it for yourself, and if you want to share it here, in the chat. Because what I also know is that when you write something down, you make it real. So allow yourself, you want global recognition to how many people? 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, a million. And how much revenue do you guys want to be making? 100K, 500K, 1 million, 10 million. Write it in here. What is the actual revenue and impact you want to be making? Okay? So I'll give you a couple of seconds to do that. You want to be making 500K and a Nordstrom deal. So again, like one of the founders who I'm going to share with you, Debbie, like she was able to sell her brand into the best stores in the US when she did this program, like straight away. So there you go. Everything is possible, Kevin. Thank you for sharing. Right. So now, whether you've written it in the chat, written it on your paper, how long have you had this goal? 1 year, 3 years, 10 years, 5 years? Put a number here. Write it down. Write it on your piece of paper. And answer yourself honestly. How much longer are you going to wait, or you want to wait? Okay? You want numerous collaborations with stakeholders. Amazing. So, thinking about your goals, guys, there's a really important truth. Time is not on anybody's side. This is a good thing, a bad thing, and a good thing. Okay? I'm going to explain why. This is particularly in the world of purpose-driven entrepreneurship. Here's why. The exciting, amazing thing is, right now, is the biggest wealth transfer opportunity that there's ever been in the whole history of the world. Can you imagine that? $84 trillion in wealth is being transferred to millennials and Gen Z, which I see many of you are here, right? And you care about purpose, don't you? Yeah? Hell yeah? Yeah. Okay? And you're choosing the companies you follow. Yeah? You're choosing who the entrepreneurs you love. Everybody is choosing their purpose-driven brands, followers, the people that they really care about now. So however long you've had a purpose-led vision or dream, the time to act is now if you want to make that goal a reality. Now, not only is it the reason now it's so key to make that change, this is other reasons why. We all know AI is there. What AI is doing, it's changing everything, as we know. It's also like making so many more people launch businesses. This is meaning that there are hundreds and thousands of competitors popping up in every space, most claiming to be purpose-led and aren't. And the few that become leaders will dominate each niche. So again, for these reasons, I care about you. I care about your mission to make an impact. So if you take anything away from today, it's really to say, you know what? This year is the year I make my vision for impact a reality. An impact means, I'm a speaker in the world of purpose, and I'm asked to speak on many stages. And I use the word sustainable growth and impact, in this way: sustainable growth for your business and impact for people and our planet. Whatever your dream is, make it happen this year for the reasons I've shared. So let's dive into the secrets, okay? As I said at the beginning, each secret compounds. So your secret one is, how do you go from like one of a few or 100 or 1,000 to one of one? Now, let me ask you, would being one of one make a difference to you? Yes, hell yes. So that buyers would be able to say, hey, I met this amazing founder, Alex, Charlotte, Kevin, Anna, and this is what they do, right? Would that make a difference? Yeah? It does make a difference. And let me share with you why as well, from a buyer's point of view, it's a secret that, people don't often think about. And it's why category of one is so key. So as I said, I would hunt the world to find these brands. What people don't understand about whoever you're selling to, they have to sell you to the people they work with or their partners. Does it make sense? So buyers need to sell you to the people around them. Hi, people just joining. Welcome. We're just getting into Secret One. So what do I mean? When you're selling something, right? If you say, oh, I make organic food, the person you're selling to can't say to somebody else why they should go and buy you, because there's 1,000 people making organic food. The person you're selling to needs to say what you do that's unique in the world. And that's why building a category of one foundation is so key. So I'll explain more and it will make sense. So the universal opportunity right now is that the top 1% businesses, right, that are a category of one, they capture 80% of the market. The rest of people are suffering from inconsistent sales, not being able to grow consistently, not being able to build brand awareness, having to spend more and more money on ads, right? Why is that happening? Because today we live in a buyer's world. Good evening, welcome, good afternoon, everybody. And in this buyer's world, you have less than 5 seconds to stand out, okay? Let that drop, guys. It's actually when I first started talking about this, it was 10 seconds, then it was 8 seconds, then it was 5 seconds. Now it's actually less than 5. It's 3 seconds if we're really honest. Your business has less than 3 seconds to stand out. The businesses that stand out are irreplaceable. Those that don't stand out are replaceable. So that's why it's so important to be a category of one. Now, you know you're replaceable when you hear this. I found someone else. I'll think about it. Can I have a discount? What makes you different from? Yeah, it sounds interesting. Send me an email. Have we heard that one before? If you've heard any of these, you know you're not one of one. Okay? But the thing is, I know you are one of one, guys. But you have to make yourself so clear, so irreplaceable to your dream buyers. And how do you do that? You do that, it all starts with you, right? So if people are saying those things to you, it's not because you lack unique brilliance, but because most founders don't master how to build, well, first how to unlock their unique purpose, then how to build it into a category of one position so that they become irreplaceable. And most founders aren't able to do that because they outsource positioning, sales, marketing to everybody else rather than figuring it out themselves. Okay, I have one thing to say to you. Your real power starts with you, as I just shared. Now, your buyer intelligence opportunity is to engineer your business to become the only irreplaceable option. And here is how you do it, right? 99% of businesses do this. They mistake their category, like I just mentioned the example, organic food, for a unique purpose. Okay, so like, guys, you can put in the chat what you do. Okay, most times we say what we do and we think it's unique, but really we're just describing our category. Most founders focus on why their positioning is better. They focus on a feature of their category rather than the benefit of their unique positioning. Okay, now, buyers don't want one of many, they want the unique one. Okay? So your opportunity is to disrupt your category and build a unique purpose position. Now, my founders, the first thing we do, the members of Impact Innovator, is really quickly, in 30 days, we move them from saying, oh yeah, I'm like a conscious coach, or oh yeah, I make organic food, to hey, I'm a founder of transmutation design. Hey, I'm a founder who makes real food and things the French way. That's what we're talking about by category of one. Okay? And that's what buyers want. So if you do that, here's a picture of me, and I used to hunt like all over the world. Like Berlin is one example I'll never forget. This time of year, freezing cold, going into the basements, meeting these guys who were like tall and cool. Why? Because they'd invented something completely new. They were the first ones ever to invent the slim jean, and they had a movement of rock and roll people following them. Okay, they were a category of one. They were irreplaceable. So what makes you be able to do that? Take a screenshot of this. This is my $1 billion buyer intelligence checklist. You want to focus on what you do that makes you irreplaceable, not just better. What makes you the obvious choice, not just the good option. What transformation you deliver, not just features. What your authentic story is, not just marketing copy. And from those steps, what you do is you pull out a category of one position. So now I'm going to share with you an amazing case study. So this is the lady I mentioned who I met her and she was like, we make organic food. She had an amazing business doing over 7 figures, but she was completely like stressed out because she had to do all the work for the business. Her team couldn't sell without her. And she was like stuck in the kitchen serving customers. And she was like, oh, Sarah, I want to scale. I have such vision for what I'm doing. I want to make our brand that we make in-house, sell it across the US, but we're competing with 50 other brands. We're completely replaceable. She was working so long to justify her prices. New buyers were saying, let me compare coffee prices. And she was exhausted and having all sorts of arguments with her partner. And she was skeptical when she started. She was like, Sarah, I've spent years building this. Don't tell me to change things. Now, I do not change founders. I optimize them. Okay. So what we did really quickly, we made her irreplaceable by pulling out from her mission, what made her unique. She's Marie. She's French. She cares about real food. She cares about helping people's health improve. We found that out through deep analysis, simple exercises I get founders to do. So really quickly, in less than 30 days, she was able to build a category of one that she makes real food and things the French way, not just organic. This led her to become the number one choice in what she does. And she was able to go from stressed out to having an amazing brand that she put real food and things the French way on her socials, on her brand here, was able to sell it across the US, was able to now take 3 months off vacation. She put a post on Instagram the other day saying she's off for her holidays now. And she also was saying her mission on that social media post, saying, we're happy to help you guys be healthy through real food and things the French way. This is what happens when you transform and go through a process using that buyer intelligence checklist to go from one of many to a category of one. So the difference, buyer psychology, thinking in the mind of your buyer, not better marketing. And again, that's what I figured out was missing for founders. It isn't marketing. It isn't, making some great content. It's having a formula, working with a mentor who understands your business buyer psychology outwards. So why does this framework for category of one work? When your entire business is aligned to that category of one, real food and things the French way, you don't compete. You create a category and you remember why you are unique. I mean, Marie did this program over 3 years ago. I remember real food and things the French way. I'm sure you will remember it. Her team remember it. Her buyers remember it. You become incomparable. And that is what all buyers look for, whether you want to sell something for, $100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, million. It's what all buyers look for. That's what I meant earlier when I said people need to talk about you. They can't talk about you if you're too generic or too complicated. So now I invite you to really give yourself permission. Stop competing. Build your category of one foundation. That is secret one. And have I shared with you how easy it is to do, right? It's actually incredibly easy. It's a formula, easy to do. Okay, let's move on to secret 2. The next secret, right, to really scaling, building sustainable growth and getting buyers to say yes to you all the time is this. Okay, guys, are you bored? Are you with me? Doing a check-in? Is it good? Is it helpful? Can I have some more cameras on? Hell yeah. Okay, get you, give me some love. Give me some feedback here. Interact with me. Ask your questions. Okay, let's dive into secret 2. Hell yeah. Right. High impact offer system. This is how you stop chasing sales and literally get 6, 7, and 8-figure deals. With this, I myself did a 300K launch. My clients have done 200K launches using what I'm sharing with you today. And guess what? I'm telling you the case study too. Okay, so this is what most founders do. Overfunction. Do more, make more, try more, try harder, try to convince people to choose them, buy them, justify their price, their product, their service, compete on price, chase for attention, drop a hell yeah if you connect with that. This is what most founders do. Convince, justify, compete, chase, okay? But people with high impact offers don't do that. Now, here's what I discovered running $100 million budgets. As buyers, and it's actually the reason I quit the corporate industry. As buyers, we choose less than 1% of what we're shown. Can you believe that? The rest is waste. So the tipping point for me was when I was just shown all this stuff and I'm like, well, I want that one thing. And the same applies no matter what you do or what you make, okay? Buyers just want the one thing from you, the one thing that makes you unique in your offer. So if your growth is inconsistent, if you're not getting that brand awareness, the questions to ask yourself is this. Is your business too complicated? Is your business too generic? Is your business forgettable? Put it in the chat. Be honest with yourself. Too complicated, too generic, forgettable. Which one is it? By being honest with yourself, facing yourself, you can deal with it and you can change. Okay? Too complicated, too generic, forgettable. Which one is it? Right? As you guys think about that, let's carry on, because this is the truth. Buyers choose you before they meet you. Buyers choose you before they meet you. So I've evaluated 6, 7, and 8-figure deals, and I always choose them before I meet them. You know, founders think buyers ignore them. Okay, buyers don't ignore you unless you're too complicated or too generic. Buyers will chase after you when you're a category of one. And you know, step one, building a unique purpose position, real food and things the French way, example, that is step one, okay, to becoming unforgettable. Step two is that you focus on one high impact offer. So somebody's saying here that they're still a category of one, which is amazing, in a new category, which is amazing. Nelly and Bean are saying hi from Texas on LinkedIn. Hello, Nelly and Bean. Right, and on LinkedIn, put your questions here. Now, it's brilliant that you are a category of one. Who is saying that? What is important, please can you put your name? What is important when you're a category of one is that you really become that category of one and you build your movement really fast before anybody else can take that category of one. And how you do it is you follow these 5 steps so you can really protect your business for the long term. So these steps that I'm sharing with you today, as I said at the beginning, they're not hacks. I put these steps in place as a buyer 10 years ago, and that business still leads as a category of one. So as a category of one, if you are it now, you need to protect it. And what I'm sharing with you today is the formula to do it. Okay. So we've talked now the buying secrets, how buyers choose you before they meet you is the unique purpose of position we've covered. The next thing is that one high impact offer. One. In the one high impact offer, it's one transformation you offer that changes everything. That's what you want to offer. It's one offer so simple to understand, your friends can remember it. And it's offering less, not more. Buyers don't want options, they want the answer. Let me give you an example. Eugenie and Lois had one of the members of this program. They have a winery business. They had 100 different lines of wine, right? Okay. But when they went through this exercise of unlocking what their high impact offer was, they were being asked to discount their wine. People weren't valuing what made it special. And they realized actually their high impact offer was all about the service that they give their clients for basically understanding the client and giving them a bespoke way of making wine. When they focused on that, they not only reduced the number of the lines of wine by about 30%, they also really upped the ante on their offering and their service, right? That was this special level of service for customers that was custom. Guess how much they increased their sales by in a year? Put it in the chat. How much did one high impact offer enable them to increase their sales by? 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 500,000, a million? What do you think? The power of one high impact offer. Okay? What do you think the power is in terms of transforming how much revenue you make? 10x. Yes, Kevin. They increased their sales by $1 million in revenue. In fact, more, because they're from Spain. So €1 million. So probably $1.3 million. Okay? One high impact offer. Now, a high impact offer is literally, I'm going to share with you what it is. Buyers will choose that high impact offer over 10 average ones every day, and they will seek you out. Now, I didn't just learn this as a buyer, I proved it as a founder. After leaving corporate, I co-founded Shaka Chakra, the world's first fully sustainable luxury jeans brand that was all about feel-good jeans. That was our unique purpose position. Now, rather than competing with thousands of other brands, we created one high-impact offer using billion-dollar buyer psychology. One transformation, the world's most sustainable jeans brand. One perfect buyer, conscious consumers that refuse to compromise. And what was the result? We were incomparable. We won awards. We got stocked in the best retailers. We got celebrities like Claudia Schiffer here. That's her wearing our collection. We were able to get premium positioning and pricing and the best distribution in the best stores in a really fast amount of time, all through the power of step one, unique purpose position, which for us was feel good jeans, and step two, an amazing high impact offer. So here's how you do it, right? As I said, each step today compounds. So 1, unique purpose. 2, high impact offer. 3, premium positioning. It's a really important point. You want to always put your prices up, not down. And 4, you want to focus on the transformation you deliver. And here's the insight. Yes, Rabil has a question. Please put it in the chat, Rabil, what your question is, and I will answer it for you. Now, here's what I learned about high impact offers. You've got to build a founder first brand. One offer that transforms and solves one transformation for one perfect buyer, and that means you stop competing and start owning your category. This buyer psychology principle is universal and works across every industry. At first, I thought it only worked in fashion, Kevin, but no, it works across food, beauty, home. It works across coaching, consultants, authors, e-commerce. All have proved the exact same system works. Charities as well, not-for-profit founder who's with us. We were then asked basically by consultants and authors, could they use this system? And they saw that it worked for them. As I said, like one of the coaches using this program, he went from, one of many to launching a book to being shared by Google that he is #1 personal development book in his space. Okay? Because he then built a category of one positioning from, I'm a conscious coach to I focus on transmutation design and a brilliant high impact offer. So, as I said, this framework, universal buyer intelligence. Think what will happen for you when you apply this. You know those Eugenie and Lois, the winery makers I was talking about. I care about people's impact and legacy. Their dream was to have their son taking over their business, but they didn't have a formula in place that he could really do that. And they didn't have a formula that their team could scale without them. Now, I spoke to Eugenie the other month and her son is taking over the business. Like Paula, who's like a millennial in her early 30s, she was burnt out and she was like, Sarah, I've run this business for a few years. I just want to have an exit. I want my hard work to have meant something. Within 12 months, putting this process in place, she had a successful exit. Now she's living in Portugal, surfing every day, and just on her way to a second baby. Okay, this is what this system enables. So allow yourself the permission to stop offering more and focus on a high impact offer. The second key secret today. Are we learning stuff? Hell yeah, good, excited. Any comments, questions, put it in the chat. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you on LinkedIn, on Zoom here. Engage. Anything that you're connecting with, put it here. Hell yeah, love it, Kevin. Okay, secret 3, social selling. How to sell without selling 24/7. Okay, what do I mean? Here's what most founders do. Spend hours on social media with barely any engagement. And guess what? All the algorithms decided to change everything a few months ago. So ads went up 15%, LinkedIn engagement dropped, and so on and so forth. Okay? Basically, trying to play the content game without anything underpinning what you actually are doing from a social selling point of view just means you're trying to follow tactics, right? And actually, digital is amazing. I love it. That's how we're all connected right now. But digital doesn't mean you need hundreds of thousands of followers. Digital means you need a formula behind what you do to really get clear on who you want to sell to and how. Now, whether you're online, offline, or both, buyers are overwhelmed with choice and founders are overwhelmed too, right? Now, there are hundreds of choices competing for less than 5 seconds of attention. Even if you are a category of one, who are you competing with, right? Because people need to understand why you. The result for 9 out of 10 founders is getting lost at 99%, whatever you want to call it, getting lost in the crowd no matter how good you are. And I know you're brilliant. But do your buyers. What makes the top winners stand out is that the founder builds a connection with people. Call that a movement. Okay? Movement can also sound like a bit overwhelming. All the movement means is you build a connection. Now, this is what I realized when I launched my second business, right? I realized that those fragmented systems, spending loads of money on PR or on branding experts or on coaches or on LinkedIn experts, whatever it was, they were just making me hit a roadblock. I wasn't breaking through. And then I realized as much as all those people were great, what makes a business really scale is you figuring out who your dream customer is and then building a connection with them. So why those, other systems, when you look at your business in silos, don't work is because they're not connected. If you look at content on its own, social media on its own, partnerships on their own, sales, events, they're not connected. What people, buyers want is they want to understand what makes you the person that they want to connect with, as well as the business. So how you become unmissable online is that you get so clear on, you guessed it, steps 1 and 2, your unique purpose position, your high impact offer, and then you get really clear on who your dream buyer is. And then what you do, you start a process to engage with them and connect to them and build partnerships and events with them. All of this is what I call social selling, right? It's beyond content, it's beyond an algorithm, and it's really easy when you are clear on steps 1, 2, and 3. How easy is it? So my second business, Bespoke Your World, I launched an online selling platform on Instagram with no funding, and we applied the social selling formula of getting really clear on what our unique purpose was, our high impact offer, sourcing the world for unique brands was our high impact offer, showing them online, and then we got clear on who our customer was, and then we built relationships with them online, right? How we've built relationships with you guys here, why you're here today. And what this did was enable us to build the most exclusive network of top 0.1% clients. This enabled us to have 300K sellout launches without a single ad or agency. We were able to attract royalty as clients, Fortune 500 executives, and global influencers. We had multiple 6-figure months while maintaining a great workload, and we didn't pay any money for ads. Okay, the total investment was less than 50K. And I realized, wow, versus my first company where I was paying for all those agencies, that the difference was when you have a social selling formula in place, you can really build permanent assets for your business you own forever. Right, so the secret sauce, how did you do it? How do you attract those clients and become unmissable? Well, I noticed a pattern, okay? Right, for the businesses that are missable, they have great positioning and high impact offers, but they were missing that social selling part. And this is absolutely how Impact Innovator OS was born. You know, right at the beginning, don't worry if you missed it. I said that each step today, you know, we're on step 4. Social is a step to getting buyers to buy you 24/7. Each step is connected. That's why you can't Google this or get AI to do it for you, okay? Because step 1, unique purpose position, category of 1. Step 2, high impact offer. Step 3 is social selling. So what you've got here is the formula behind it. You want great content, but that's not the be all and end all of the world. You know, the algorithm might like you or not. The linchpin is doing events, then building strategic partnerships, then building an inbound sales system. This makes you robust no matter what goes on in the algorithm or ads world. Now here's Carol, one of our members. She has an amazing D2C business, but she was Harvard alumni, but she was lost in the crowd. She felt uncool, inauthentic. She had no movement or tribe. She was invisible to partners, and she had no time. She couldn't post every day, and she was resistant when she started. She said, I'm not interested in social. I'm not interested. I don't want to do this. Okay. But as I said, this isn't just about content. It's about connection, and it's about building a formula to get noticed. Now, it's really simple. Carol did it. She implemented it. She built her category of 1, her high impact offer, and she was able to share her story, right? Then what happened really quickly, she then was able to actually go from chasing people to partnering with the world's top influencers. They came to her. Ideal clients started seeking her out without chasing her, anything. Okay. And the result for Carol, she's had multiple 200K plus sellout launches of her brand within 5 days. She went from uncool and invisible to being the only category of one founder in her niche with an amazing high impact offer. Now, the difference is founder-led movements beat random activity when you use buyer psychology. Okay, that's the third step to scale. Let's dive into fourth step, the secret linchpin I promised you. What is it, Sarah? Mindset. Okay, align your inner mindset for limitless scale. So let's take a moment to unlock this secret that makes steps 1 to 3 actually work, and how underpinning steps 1 to 3 with mindset mastery is your secret to getting buyers to buy from you consistently and build sustainable growth. So here's the truth. No one talks about, you can have everything perfect, but if your mindset feels not good enough, you're never going to scale. Most of us feel not good enough. That's the truth. Even if we don't realize it. As I mentioned earlier, for years I was trying to scale, and, there was a moment when I was just breaking through. It happened not once, not twice, I think 3 times. That was the moment I sabotaged myself because I was secretly scared of growth. And it took a burnout for me to realize the power of the subconscious mind, right? And it's why I underpin mindset training with everything that I teach founders. Now, burnout is emotional. This is what I also realized because I love climbing mountains. And you only have so much mental energy, physical energy, and emotional energy, okay? And when you're trying to sell yourself, it's very emotionally draining because we don't feel good enough. When you learn mindset mastery techniques that I teach in Impact Innovator OS, and I encourage you to make sure you have practices in place for your mindset support every day, and or by being here today, you are supporting your mindset. When you actually start spending time on your mindset, as well as these business practices, everything changes. So it was this moment that made me realize I needed to change. It was this burnout moment, trying to keep summiting mountains in business and life with the wrong mindset. And I made a change that day, and I invite you guys to make a change today, right? I decided I wanted a new roadmap, a new system with a top expert guide, always in my life, whether that was in business, in personal life, in hiking. This is Mike. He's ex-army expert. He taught me all these amazing techniques for hiking that enabled me to achieve my dream. From nearly getting there to summiting Base Camp Everest last year. And I just got back from Patagonia this year, just gone. And I was able to summit a mountain with a group of 15 people. And I was first out of 15. I can't believe I did that, guys, because I am not that fit. How I was able to do it was the mindset training that underpins everything I'm sharing today. So I really want you to get that from System 4. You want to support your mindsets every single day. Now, today, I also invite you to think, which future do you want to choose now, right? Do you want to keep going as you are, or do you want to take a new road? Keep going, new road. Say it to yourself, put it in the chat. What do you want for the next 12 months of your life? Same, new road. Which is it, guys? If you want the same, leave now. If you want the new road, stay with me. Oh, I got so excited There we go. I actually just lost the screen. Can you guys, oh, hold on. Hold on a minute. Technical glitch. Where is it? Why is this not working? What do you guys see on the screen? Just me and this? You can't see my presentation. Can you see the presentation now? Yeah? Amazing. Okay. So old roadmap, new roadmap. You guys have already decided. You can see this, yeah? You can see new systems and roadmap here. Brilliant. Amazing. Okay, new roadmap, new systems, sustainable growth, and mindset mastery. Your real power is you. So let's dive into Shift 5, Impact Innovator OS. This is the missing link to sustainable scale. So you've seen systems 1 to 4, category of 1 foundation, system 1, high impact offer, system 2, social selling engines, system 3, mindset, system 4. But this is how I unlocked secret 5. So think about, whatever you've invested to grow your business. I had a business, I invested $150,000 and I didn't get the breakthrough I wanted. And I realized why, because I was building piece by piece. I spent $30K on branding experts, $10K on offer development, $5K for marketing experts, $20K for sales gurus. The list goes on. And I realized the pattern. As I shared all along, if things are not connected, you won't get that buyer breakthrough because your business has less than 5 seconds to stand out. So if these people aren't talking to each other, if the brand doesn't talk to the offer, doesn't talk to the marketing, doesn't talk to the sales, you don't get the growth. This is how Impact Innovator OS was born. I unlocked you need one roadmap to scale. Purpose is complicated and buyers need simplicity to buy. Take a screenshot of that. Buyers need simplicity to buy. All my members know every time I meet with them, I'm helping them simplify their business, right? So that it's so simple everybody understands it. The aha moment of simplicity changed everything to me, and it changes everything for the founders who join Impact Innovator OS. The problem with fragmented versus integrated is that most of us are running 5 to 7 different growth systems that don't talk to each other. Positioning, branding consultants, copywriting experts, AI, growth strategists, marketing and content, sales and website. Each is brilliant but disconnected. That creates buyer confusion, but I should put a big plus here because it also creates founder confusion. And if you're not clear, you can't sell. The cost and lost revenue of fragmented versus integrated is that basically your positioning doesn't match your offer, your marketing doesn't match your sales process, your sales conversations don't match your unique delivery, and your pricing doesn't match your value. So if you're having to price down, or people are saying, great, I'll think about it, is because they don't understand you. Simple. So the solution, I realized, was that all these systems, positioning, you might have guessed it, each of the systems I mentioned today is part of it. So positioning, your offer, your marketing, your social selling, all needs to be connected, as well as your mindset. So what I did was I put that into one system, Impact Innovator OS, that replaces all those different systems and one in-house roadmap that connects first unlocks your positioning, your category of one, your offer, who your ideal client is, how to sell to them, how to market, and it through proven frameworks, and connects it all in one custom roadmap that's simple and plug and play. And what I realized when I first did it myself, this costs a fraction to hiring all these people separately. The results was, for me personally, 6-figure and 7-figure sellout launches in months, not years. The same for the innovators that do this program. They achieve their goals in months, not years. So my own 300K sellout then enabled me to have the confidence to actually give this to other founders that then have scaled their business by 1 million, 2 million in 12 months. They've had 200K, 300K launches. They've gone from feeling lost to raising 600K funding in less than 6 months. And this is one system that founders do, learn and implement and own it forever. Now, I only invite 2 new members a month to join Impact Innovator OS. For those interested, stay. For those not interested, you can leave now. This is what our founder members receive. This is for founder members, right? Which is open right now. Now, they receive one in-house system. We do all the thinking for you. This is done for you. Like today at the beginning, I said, relax. Same with our system, relax. It's been done. Our members put it into their business. It's plug and play for sustainable scale. The same system then gives the founders category of one scale and 10 to 30 times return on their program investment. So let's see what's in it. So there's the category of one. We plug that into the business and give each founder the systems to get that category of one in 30 days. Then we plug and play high impact offer systems, frameworks straight into your business. Each founder uses the buyer psychology formula to streamline and systemize their offer. Then they get the social selling formula. Within 90 days, we implement a custom built social selling engine for founders to sell 24/7. All of this is underpinned with each founder getting a custom roadmap for growth, underpinned with buyer psychology and mindset training. This enables our members to get sustainable growth 365 days a year using these formulas. So let's look at the results, right? Category of one, what do we mean? So category of one, and by the way, someone's asked for questions. I'm going to be answering the questions in a few minutes time. So stay there. Right. So category of one in 30 days. So back to Marie and Jason, her partner. This is what we do. We literally give you the simple exercises to do to go from organic food to there's her real food and things the French way. This is her category of one, unique purpose position. This then you use it on your LinkedIn, your socials, and every time you sell. This enables you to be a category of one of your niche, enables you to then achieve your goals for sell and scale. Everybody's business is different. This works for businesses who are doing 0 and want to get to 100, who are doing 100, want to get to 500K, who are doing 1 million, want to get to 10 million and beyond. It works across every sector, right? So the next thing we do, 60 days, high impact offer. So here's Rachel. She made really complicated services. Here you can see how they were streamlined into a very clear high impact offer. This enabled Rachel to raise funding, her team to sell without her, and her have an 8-figure scale-up system in place. So that's her business doing services. Then we have Carol, who makes products. Carol was able to elevate her collection, get clear on what made it stand out. Like the jumper I'm wearing here is one of her best sellers. This enabled her to have 200 to 300K sellout launches, as enabled her to also have a very clear 10 to 50 million expansion plan in place. Then how does this work for coaches? So here is Simone, who joined my program not long ago. So he is really just starting out. He had a book he wanted to launch. He had an offer he wanted to get clear on. Within really short time, 60 days, he was positioned on LinkedIn really clearly, and he'd already closed his first 5-figure deal and achieved best-selling author with his launch. So then we move on to the next system, social selling engine, 90 days. Here's Alex. Here is how we built her thought leadership on her LinkedIn, pioneering the future of impact sunscreen. This clarity enabled her to also get clear on who were the right investors and partners for her. She's since built partnerships with amazing organizations like Protect Our Winters and raised great funding, ready to launch her company. The final system is the in-house system that puts everything together. This means that everything in your business is in one roadmap, all run on Google Drive that anyone can run without you. And this is an e-commerce business that did the program a couple of years ago. They've since had a 250% growth. And the coolest thing was the founders wanted to exit and they wanted their small team to run without them. They've been able to do that, and their founders are doing this without them. So this whole system includes a complete 27-step Impact Innovator OS system. The value of that is $50K. Then you get one-to-one founder implementation sessions. The value of that, another $50K. You get weekly Q&A inner circle sessions. The value of that, $25K. And you get a custom growth roadmap underpinned by biopsychology. Value of that, $25K. But listen, there is a lot more. So obviously it costs a fraction of all the things I'm saying here. But in terms of the value, you've got to think about the time and energy as well, that all these systems in one place save you. So the bonuses that also our founder members get is that they get a complete integrated system for their scale. They get implementation sessions that are totally one-to-one. And then they also get amazing lifetime access for this growth system. And they also get that they can bring up to 2 additional team members for free. And they get guaranteed one-to-ones with me. Now, the return on investment that members get is that with just one new client, this system pays for itself instantly. And most founder members get their new clients within 30 to 60 days. The rest is pure profit. So for those of you who are really interested in scale, this isn't like anybody who wants to get into this program does. It's by application. So I'm offering now, we're going to put it in the chat, an application for a sustainable growth assessment. So in this assessment, what we do is we really go through and unlock where your opportunity is to build a category of one positioning. Okay. And we unlock what your own custom roadmap is for sustainable growth. Now, this program isn't for everybody. It's not for people looking for a quick fix or that don't want to do the work or that don't want to invest in themselves. This is if you're a purpose-led founder, ready to lead your niche, ready to scale to 6, 7, 8 figures and beyond. This is for you if you're committed to being a category of one. Okay. Now you have 2 choices. Leave now, take everything you've learned and implement it on your own. You're smart, you're capable. I have no doubt that you will succeed. I just can't guarantee how long it will take you. That's for real. It could take you years. Or here's the application process. So you can click this QR code and book in a call. Now, for the people who are here, right, who've stayed to the end, your call is guaranteed with me as your personal strategist if you book this call in the next 24 hours. Okay? So really make sure that you do it, because what we do in this call, it's one-to-one with you. And my genius is really seeing your potential, seeing where your breakthrough comes from to build to whatever you want to build to. Okay, 6, 7, 8 figures and beyond. We unlock what's blocking you from that. Now, we review your application. Not everybody gets accepted. We ask you a few questions, and then we give you access to this one-to-one call, which is your opportunity. In that call together, we assess each other, right? And if we think it's a good fit, I will invite you once to join this program. I only make the invitation once. Now, this isn't for you if you think, you know what, Sarah, I'm not there. I'm not ready to make an investment into myself. This is for you if you really know your own value. Now, you can also apply directly on my website here. And what we've done now, we've finished at exactly 90 minutes. So now I can dive in and answer the questions that you've been asking. So anyone that has a question, please put it in the chat. And I'm going to read out the question we have here, which is a great one. Thank you for the invitation. I appreciate. Living systems are complex, especially when building real estate development projects that are truly regenerative. That is my work. How to simplify something that is inherently complex and needs to be understood as such. That's a great question. Can I ask who asked this question? And what is your question? Is your question, can you simplify this complex thing that you do? So if that is your question, bye, Kevin. Great to connect. Look forward to seeing you. Now, if that's your question, can you simplify something complex? Our newest members who joined Impact Innovator last month, they're actually neuroscientists and they have the most complicated business. They've created an amazing solution for a particular area in the neuroscience space. Now, they've been in the program 30 days. They already have unlocked their unique power position, and they've already been able to turn their complicated offer into something so simple that everybody in the world can understand it. So yes is the answer. Whatever you do, no matter how complicated it is, I promise you we can simplify it. And the simplicity enables you to scale. Okay, so any other questions? Thank you everybody for joining. Any other questions on LinkedIn? Let's just check there. I run a not-for-profit organization, the Unforeseen Drug Sensitization Initiative. Right. So, yes, for sure, we can simplify what you do. Okay? And what we do initially, we do that in your sustainable growth assessment. So I suggest you click on this QR code and apply there. Okay, everybody. I thank you very much for being here today. Thank you for a brilliant session. And I'm here for you every step of the way. So I really believe in this, that, as individuals, we're brilliant, but together we can transform our world. So thank you for being here, and I look forward to connecting with you in person. Take care.